Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm Wenqi, and then this is my pianist, Yuantong, and we're coming from the Manhattan School of Music. We're both in the doctoral program. And then today we will be playing the Beethoven Violin Sonata number 7 in C minor, first movement. Thank you.
fantastic. Really, really great playing from both of you. So much character and personality and drama. And, you know, so I now want to kind of take the movement and, you know, give it a little dose of steroids. And because you're doing so many wonderful things, really, with it. And it's great. And your coda is spectacular. I mean, both of you, but you. For any piano players out there, these broken octaves, they're hellish. They're really, really hard. And so you're doing such a good job. You made me a little nervous because as soon as you started the coda, you kind of kicked the tempo up a notch. So, so just, you know, keep control of it, right? Because then the spot where you can really, you know, kind of more comfortably go crazy, right, is when you get here, right? Yes. With letting it move forward a little bit. So, okay. Now, another thing, it's an it's overarching comment, and it's just so funny. I just came this past weekend, and in 3 days I played 4 Beethoven Emperors. And so Beethoven is very much in my psyche at the moment. I just finished recording all the piano concerti. And something that we discussed a lot is really the difference between forte and double forte, okay? And you guys aren't always observing that enough. And it's, you know, Beethoven was so incredibly specific about his markings and what he wants. You guys are doing most everything that he is. But as an example, let's just play at the end. Play from bar 247, and you see what he does here. Forte, 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 and then 252. Mm-hmm. So you better make sure that you have something left in the gas tank for 252. So that you can, and carry that right through the final 2 chords. All right, so let's try it from 247. So good, so good. Did you all hear the difference? It's just all of a sudden it like kicks up a certain notch. Now, but just be careful. It was fantastic. But don't then rush into that, okay. Right? Just really, you know, to really get. And I don't always feel like, and we're going to go to the beginning of the movement now, that you guys are both matching as well as you could when you have these big fat chords, like the final 2 chords of the movement. Yours feel longer. Yours feel a little too short sometimes. Mm-hmm. All right, so we can talk about that. This is one of the maybe top 10 most challenging openings of any movement, don't you think? It's like the Schubert fantasy as well, where the piano has to start with this tremolo, right? Yes. Another just or the opening of the B flat, the last Schubert B flat sonata. And I remember, you know, which is just, let me just play this for 1 second, which is just so incredible, this music. It is so hard to do that. And so I was finding when I was first playing this sonata that as in my attempt, because the music is almost too sublime. We can't possibly as mere mortals come close to the beauty of this music, right? And so I'd be playing, I'd be like, you know, and then again, it was Mr. Incredible Leon Fleischer, who I was having a conversation with one day about the opening of this sonata. And it applies to this. He just said, Annie, you know, this music's already going in the universe. You're just joining it. And it was that, ever since then, it completely changed how I play that opening. And the shoulders don't go up to my ears, and I settle into this music that's already going. So difficult. One thing that I want to remind you of, it's piano, it's not pianissimo, so that's a help.
Thank you.
Okay, so that just is a little comfort. But be careful, both of you, that it doesn't go da, 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 dum. I exaggerate. But it was doing a little, it's da, 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 dum. Da, right? So don't poke out the first of that 16th. So try this again. Okay, we'll stop for a second. Okay, it's really good. I think it can be even more magical. Here's a real micro comment, which is as humans, when we have a group of 4/16 notes, our natural tendency is to rush the 3rd and the 4th 16th notes, right? That's just our natural tendency. In a 4/4 bar, we're gonna kind of push our way through the 2nd beat and the 4th beat. And it's just, it happens very naturally, so it's something we always just have to think about. And so always when I'd be practicing this opening, da, da 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 dum, da da dum, da da dum, those final 2 16th notes, so that it doesn't get scrunched, right? But then beyond that, when you talk about the character, the mood, this is Allegro con brio, right? And in C minor, and it's Beethoven. Okay, so that's a lot of information, and a lot of very serious information. And so I think I want to be a little scared when you open this sonata. I want to be like, ooh, what's happening, right? So even, let me try this. I may play it terribly, but it's been a long time since I played it. Then start playing with me. So, the reason I kept playing is I want you to be the engine here. This should be so on edge, right? It shouldn't be comfortable. Not at all. Really alive. So here with this, are you counting the 2nd bar? Yes. Okay, good. I know that's terrible. This, I would make either more or less, but something. And then I don't think there's any logic or any justification to take time here. Right? It's just one tempo. Try it one more time and then keep going. And that's a little loud. Good, and I'm sorry to obsess, but I'm going to for 1 second. The crescendo is just going from piano, crescendo, then piano. You don't need to go to double forte with those 4 quarter notes. I gave you too much license when I said it's piano, not pianissimo. Okay, so can you? I was too kind. Nice. Beautiful. Good. Now, fantastic. It's just then you kicked up the tempo, so just keep the tempo under your control. But it was great. It was fantastic. This crescendo, guys, in bar 13, 14, going to the sforzando, it's just going to a sforzando coming back down. Maybe that's too much of a crescendo, right? Just when you think about it, because then we're going to have a bigger crescendo coming up, and everything kind of, when you think about the big architecture of the movement, every crescendo is not created equal. So, all right, just go on bar 13. Now nothing. Shh. Okay, to me, your chords are not quarter notes. They're too short. Okay. Now, I understand that they have dots on them. Is that what you're thinking? Yes. Okay, but I think it's just indicative that you lift before she plays, but they're too secco and they need pedal. Okay. They need to be big, fat Beethoven chords, right? Now, when this is a tiny little detail, when you guys get to, feel the fact that, whoa, now you both just came together. Play with me once from bar 17. Then nothing, like a little child. Okay, I didn't turn the page, but that's the idea. Always, like, I always think this. One of my favorite living pianists is Yefim Bronfman, and that when I hear Bronfman play, and in fact, do you work with Fima? No, because he's up at Manhattan School, right? Oh, every once in a while. But anyway, he has. I always joke with him that it's like he has a turbo button. And when he needs to really create a Beethoven or a Brahmsian forte, they're very different fortes in Beethoven or in Brahms, but I mean, all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, where did that just come from, right? And that's you have the power. You're a wonderful pianist. So with these guys, really give it your full body weight, all right? So do that same passage now, both of you together. 17, yeah. Now together. Good. You are such a good listener that, okay, now take a little edge off the length. So it was really good, but now it was just spilling over into, okay. So actually just go from bar 22. Beautiful. Sorry. Where was my rest at the end of bar? You can't ignore a rest. Illegal. And you be the engine over here. You keep her going. Not with volume. Now you're together here. Yeah, lock in with each other. Keep the fire burning under this. Okay, sorry, but I played this piece too mmany times. Nadja Salerno-Sonnenberg and I toured with this piece, and we would always place bets on who was going to play the opening better. And so here's just a spot to be aware of. So this was good. When you first played it through, it was a little, for lack of a better word, it was a little lazy. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So it's just when you get to here, all of a sudden the two of you are together there, under a slur. When those moments happen, acknowledge that that's happening. Okay, now we're together. Another thing, be careful. I love how you wrote that here. I love that you're doing the subito dynamics, but I don't believe that you have license to take time to do them. And I know how hard it is to not, but what I was hearing was, and so suffer more. Okay, so how about we just go from bar 37? Good. So great, so great. So I want to, when you guys are just rehearsing amongst yourselves, I love, not that I don't love how you're playing it, but I really love how she's playing dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. When she has that, have her play it for you a couple of times and try and imitate it. It's somehow on the violin and the way she's playing it, it has a real crispness to it, which I think could benefit. So that's just one thing. This is all fantastic in your da 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 bum bums when you're going back and forth. Pay attention to the last beat. Da 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 bum bum. To connect to each other better by paying attention. If you rush the fourth beat, it's not going to be as seamless. Try it right there, starting at 46, and both of you think about the fourth beat. Good. Yep. Okay, fantastic. Really, really good, so tight together. When you get here, I just want to show you a trick I do, because this is so hard. It has to be a 16th note. You're not giving me a 16th note, because it's hard, but I don't care. What I'd always do is this, watch this. Because all of a sudden, and it's so hard, he puts, we're forte, and then suddenly double forte here. So it's very hard. You're just on a single trill. You're supposed to be doing double forte. So what I do is, and I learned this trick from John Browning, the great pianist who I worked with as a teenager. John was never happy enough. And I remember one example. I was playing Prokofiev Sarcasms for John. And so it opens, it's double forte, marcatissimo, pesante, furioso, with an accent on every note. Okay? And this is what it sounds like. Okay, so I was playing it for him, and he's pushing on my back. He's not happy, getting more and more agitated. Finally, I got upset enough that I played it like this. Well, that's how I was playing it, with two fingers, just because that was the only. If I'm going to do just like, I'm not going to get the fire. And so here, what I do, which is so completely uncouth, is. Just use my thumb because it's power. But anyway, try it. You don't have to try it now. But I want this to be a 16th note. Yes. Okay. I don't want it to be a 16th note. Beethoven wanted it to be a 16th. So good, all this passage work. How about, can you go right at 57? Yeah. Great. Sing. This is all double forte. Then keep it double forte here, and then when we come back to the piano, it'll catch us by surprise. You did it. She did it. Wow, I'm very impressed. So just go on that bar now, the double forte bar. Now nothing. Shh. Less. Long crescendo here. Okay, why? Why did you make that last chord so long? Give me a good reason. I don't think you can.
Well, I think I want to emphasize on the harmonic gravity.
Absolutely, I agree. What does that have to do with the length of the note? I'm so mean, I'm sorry. But but honestly, okay. What does that have to do? That's not our choice. Yeah. To say to Mr. Beethoven, sorry, I think this note should be longer. I love your intention. And in fact, it'll be that much more thrilling when you just do it the right length, but with that intention that you're talking about. That'll be amazing. Okay. All right? Great. Just go from 72. Beautiful. Same tempo. It's not suddenly andante. Keep the tempo, you're slowing down. Fantastic. Just avoid the trap of da-da-da-dum, 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 accenting, right? And the second that bar comes, you're doing a beautiful job with this piano part. I know how awkward it is, and you're doing a gorgeous job with it. Just please don't slow the tempo down here. There's no reason. Once you get to bar 92, where it's been this more lyrical content, then you get to da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. So at bar 92, if that can like be brimming with con brio, like of, all of a sudden, and you're in unison together, and so just, you don't even need to play it again, but just really think that they're when Beethoven in C minor is a bit scary, and it should be, right? And all right, now I want to skip a little. All right, you know what? All of this is absolutely fantastic how you're playing it, all right? I felt like here you could be driving the machine a little more. Whoops. Sorry. That more shape, more intensity, right? Because you're really brimming with all the excitement here under her line. So try that once and really just everything super, super intense, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Fantastic. Nothing. Shh. Good. Just piano here. Now pianissimo. Shh. Less. Okay, good. So good. So just those things I was yelling out to you, just really pay attention to those, because you're both so capable of doing all of these markings brilliantly. All right? You really are. Now, I wouldn't fall into the recap. Dum, dum, da, 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 dum. You're kind of just, boom, there we are. And I feel like, I certainly don't want a lot of big time, but I feel like what I need is for you to say, okay, guys, here we are at the opening material again. All right? So however you want to do that, try it once. So really such great piano playing going on over there. It's wonderful. Go from 121 for me, and let's see how we can connect back into the recap. First one. Good. That's it. Isn't it just so miraculous with music making, how much the power of this? Like, you didn't rehearse that, you didn't discuss it, we just talked about the idea, and then you just made it happen. I just, like, take that as such an inspiration that happens, because I find that every day of my life with music making, that using this properly, all of a sudden I can do all sorts of things, right? And because the fingers, they're very obedient when you're disciplined, they'll listen to you. But without the intentionality, I guess is what I'm saying, intentionality behind every single note, then every phrase, then every section, then every movement, then every, the total architecture, all these details make the difference between a great performance and a completely magical performance, right? And you're both very, very capable of that. All right, so let's do a little skip here. Okay, I just want to get this transition from 221 to 230 a little bit better. I always thought of this because it's such a weird place that he takes us to D flat major and pianissimo, and I want you to try it once, playing it really without any emotion and just kind of cold and clinical and childlike. Try from 221. Can you make a bigger difference for me? Even less on the D flat. Yes. Keep it there. I liked that. What did you all think? I liked that a lot. You kind of brought us to this whole other world for these bars, right? Before then, this brilliant build up to the coda. That was fantastic. Now, one other thing just for you, with again, you're doing such a fantastic job with all of this, all right? The longer you can keep it down volume-wise, like even this crescendo, I wouldn't open it up too much, you know, because then it's going to come back down. And just so that you're thinking about the bigger architecture of the whole, right, of the whole coda. So as much, and again, I know how incredibly difficult it is, but just, yeah, good. Yeah, perfect. She wrote save. This is, we put this in our music quite often. Save us, please. No, but it's saving sound. I don't think you even need to play that again. And then you're gonna promise me at the end that you just have the turbo button for the for that final double forte, right? Yeah, absolutely brilliant playing from both of you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.